Here's a look at some significant moments in history that happened this week. In his annual message to Congress on December 2, 1823, President James Monroe declared the Western Hemisphere as America's sphere of interest and warned against European interference. President Monroe's policy, known as the Monroe Doctrine, became a cornerstone of U.S. foreign policy. In the midst of World War II, Franklin Roosevelt, Winston Churchill, and Joseph Stalin met for the first time at the Tehran Conference between November 28 and December 1, 1943. The three leaders coordinated the next phases of war against Germany and Japan, including the 1944 invasion of France known as Operation Overlord. On December 1, 1955, Rosa Parks, an African-American woman, refused to give up her seat on a city bus to a white passenger in Montgomery, Alabama. The NAACP and local civil rights leaders reacted to her arrest with a 381-day bus boycott. The following year, her case resulted in a Supreme Court decision ending segregation of public transportation.
Take us back to the day that you were on the bus. What happened?
When I got on the bus and found a seat just back of where the white passengers were sitting, and along with a man who was next to the women, I was next to the aisle, and of course there were two women across this aisle. And we went on a couple of stops, and the white passengers filled up the seats, and there was one white man standing, and that was when the driver insisted that we, the four of us, stand up for this man to sit down. And of course there was no room in the back anyway to go any further back because people were standing up in the back already. And when the other three people reluctantly stood up and I didn't, is when he told me he'd have me arrested, and that's what he did.
In the early morning of December 4, 1969, Chicago police officers raided an apartment and killed Black Panther Party Illinois chapter deputy chairman Fred Hampton. The raid was the culmination of several clashes between the Black Panthers and the FBI. Raid survivors were initially charged, but they were later exonerated.
First thing I remember when I woke up was a knock on the door, and it was only a matter of seconds. In fact, I'd say it was less than 5 seconds that I heard, shots. Now, the thing that struck me was that I not only heard shots, but I can see plaster coming out of the walls in my room. So I knew the bullets were coming through the room that I was in.
And that's a look at what happened this week in history. American History TV has programs on all of these topics in our archives. You can watch them online anytime at cspan.org/history.